For years, my friends, I've been using a torch lighter from a Japanese company called Soto. This, everyone, is the Soto Pocket Torch XT Extended. This little lighter here runs on butane, it works great, it's inexpensive, or it was when it was available. This is made by a Japanese company, and yes, it is imported into the country. For the longest time, this product was available on Amazon, but that's no longer the case. For some reason, a few months ago, it disappeared. Maybe it will come back, maybe it won't, I don't know. It should be mentioned, folks, that this product is still available on the Soto Outdoors US page. But the thing is this, a lot of people don't want to purchase an imported product on any other site than Amazon. When you have these imported products, doing a warranty exchange can be frustrating to say the least. With that being said though, I've had no issues when it comes to Soto products, and I trust the company. The company has a great reputation, they make very good products, and if there's an issue, I'm sure they will take care of it. But with that being said, oftentimes people will only purchase imported products on Amazon. And again, that's so that they can be easily protected. If they have an issue, they can return it, get their money back, and so on. All of which is understandable. Because the Soto lighter disappeared from Amazon, I've been receiving over the last couple of months countless emails, people asking for a substitute. Because of those emails, I went out looking and I found this. This is a very close alternative to the Soto torch. This comes from everyone's favorite outdoor company, Uoophee. I think that's how you pronounce that. That's my best guess. This is the name. Comment down below. Tell me if I got that wrong. This torch here is very similar to the Soto, but there are some differences, some positive differences, aspects that I like better about this one than even the Soto lighter. At the same time, this is substantially less expensive than the Soto. Now, do know this, everybody. I have begun testing this out. This episode, I'm going over every single stat, every single feature, and I will be talking about my impressions, but this is not a review. Coming up in the future, that will come out, but I have a lot more testing to do with this product. This is a sort of preview, a first look for this torch here. I wanted to get a preview done, namely because I've received so many questions about the Soto and finding an alternative. Folks, I think I have found one. So far, I've been very impressed with the Uoophee torch lighter. Plus, it looks cool. Everyone, my name is Luke. This is the Outdoor Gear Review. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's get started. We are now looking at these lighters side by side, and as you can see here, they are very, very similar. There are some differences, but the DNA is the same. With the Uoophee, it is a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, a little bit wider, just a little bit thicker. But as far as the weight goes, it's almost the same. 1.8 ounces, 2 ounces. With the Soto, you have the ignition switch up here at the top. With the Uoophee, it is on the side. We have the burner heads, we have the fill windows down at the bottom, that's how you fill these, and also down at the bottom on both of them, we have flame adjusters. Up here at the top for both of these, you can see these slits, those are air intake holes. Both of these lighters have built-in safety systems. With the Soto, the safety switch is built into the igniter. Basically, you have to push in and then push down to ignite this. It's easy enough to do when you don't have gloves on, but it is troublesome with gloves on. With the Uoophee, you actually have a dedicated switch, which I really like. It makes the entire process very simple. At the same time, the ignition switch is on the side, and it's just plain and simple, easier to use. Yes, both of these do extend, just like so. As you can see here, when they're fully extended, the Soto is about ½ an inch longer. When it comes to the dimensions here for the Uoophee, when it's not extended, it is 4.5 inches long, 1.5 inches wide. When it's fully extended, it is roughly 6.5 inches long. Both of these lighters run on butane, and I personally like to use the 75 milliliter Zippo canisters. They attach perfectly at the fueling port on the bottom of both of these, and you can very easily refill both. You do not need any sort of adapter. Plus, the fuel is super inexpensive. When it comes to the Soto, the fuel chamber here is quite a bit smaller than this one here. The Uoophee has a much larger fueling chamber, which means you'll be able to put more fuel inside of this one, it will run longer, and you won't have to refill it as often as the Soto. Both of these lighters have the exact same flame output, which is 2300 degrees Fahrenheit. Both of these lighters have the exact same burner diameter. With the Uoophee, it's a little bit larger on the outside, but the actual burner head itself is the exact same size. The flame shape for both of these lighters is the same. They both have a super fine centralized flame. And when it comes to the materials, they are identical, even though they look different. These are made from plastic and also a zinc alloy. Before I begin talking about my impressions of this lighter, let me mention this. Let me talk about the way that I've used this so far. I've mentioned that I've gone out on one trip with this product, and it did perform extremely well. The low temperatures were around 40 degrees. On average, it was below 50. It was windy, and at the same time, it was extremely wet. We're talking about tons of rain, tons of moisture flying around, and again, cool temperatures, and this lighter performed very, very well. Not once did it fail to light up, to ignite my stove, and so on. Now that we've taken a look at this lighter, let's go over my impressions after one trip out with it. I have fired this up maybe 24 times, something like that. So do keep in mind, this is a preview based upon limited use. But again, I wanted to get this information out there because so many people were interested in an alternative. Off the bat, I have to say I am impressed with the quality. For a lighter torch that was this inexpensive, I wasn't sure what to expect. Plus, you know, Uoophee, who the hell is that? Anyways, the quality here is actually really, really good. Like really good. I'm quite impressed, actually. This is a very well-made lighter. So far, the performance has been excellent, just as good as the Soto. It does everything that I want it to do. It fires up every single time. It may take more than one click, like that, but it fires up every single time. The igniter is very good. The safety switch I like a whole lot more than the Soto. Again, the Soto has a safety switch built into like the switch itself, and when you're wearing gloves, that could be a pain to ignite. Luckily, this one here, this is super simple. You turn it on and go. Then you can lock it and you can no longer press that button, which is smart. The wind resistance from this is also very good. This is not wind proof, but it's very much wind resistant. So check this out. Again, wind resistant, not wind proof, much better than your typical lighter. But again, it's not wind proof. When it came to my review of the Soto, one of the issues that I had was the way that the company would speak of this being wind proof, and it's simply not. It's wind resistant. This one is here. Again, not windproof. I love the fact that we have a fuel window so we can see how much fuel remains at the same time. It makes refilling this very simple. Speaking of which, refilling this is very simple. You have the port down here, you take your fuel canister and connect, push down. It's that simple. You'll just watch this little window fill up. When it comes to the flame adjuster, it actually sticks out here and it's very easy to make adjustments. I leave it on the highest setting. The telescoping barrel is awesome. And in fact, it comes in very handy. You can use this to ignite stoves or campfires. There are plenty of cases when you would want to extend this to make your life easier. And that is certainly what this lighter does. Yes, having a telescoping lighter is a luxury, but it's a useful luxury. And you have to consider this is super lightweight, like 2 ounces, which is almost nothing. Speaking of almost nothing, that is what this costs, almost nothing. You can pick this up for $17 on Amazon. And that, my friends, is a fantastic deal. I should mention it's $17 at the time of filming. When it comes to the Soto, you're looking at roughly $27. The compact design is awesome. I do like the overall design of this better as far as looks go. It has a carbon fiber sort of look, but it's not carbon fiber. It's just plastic. But it does look good. Talking about fuel, this 75 milliliter canister runs about $4, or you can pick up 2 for $8, and they last forever. And that brings us over to the next point. These lighters are very fuel efficient. Plus, this one has a larger gas chamber, fuel chamber. You're gonna fill this up and basically forget about it for months and months and months. So far, everyone, I do not have any cons to report for this product. It really does work well. I would say a con in general for this one here and also the Soto is 2 things. Cold weather. These lighters do not perform well when it's really cold, and I'm talking about temperatures under like 30 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're going to use these and temperatures that cold, what you need to do is basically put it in your pocket, warm it up, and then use it, and you won't have any problems. The next Achilles heel for these lighters is elevation. Generally speaking, these do not perform well over 5,000 feet. With that being said, I've used this one and also the Soto at 6,000 feet with no issues. But do keep in mind, the higher you go, the more problems you may have. And that, my friends, takes us over to my summary for this lighter. So far, I'm not done with my testing, but so far, I'm very impressed with this. For $17, this is awesome. It's just as good as the Soto. In fact, the design is better. I like the position of the safety switch. I like the igniter better. The flame adjuster is actually easier to use. The fuel chamber is larger. In the end, so far, I like this just as good. In fact, if you were to ask me which one of these lighters that I would purchase right now, it would be this one. It's about half as much, it works just as good, and so far, it has been a great product. If you decide to purchase one of these before my review goes up, I may even include your feedback in my ultimate review. And that pretty much wraps it up for my preview of the Uoophee torch lighter. That just rolls off the tongue. I really like that, Uoophee. It's awesome. Anyways, folks, comment down below, share your thoughts. Let me know what you all think about this torch. Is this something that you're interested in? I mean, it doesn't go out even when shaking it. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Everybody, take care, be well, strength and honor. Bye for now.